West was being treated for sleep deprivation when his doctor reportedly called 911 saying he was psychotic.
Harley Pasternak, follow me to the hotel.
Corey is a plant.
I used to spend hours and hours as the cleanup crew.
Well, that's why you got divorced.
Second option, I had to institutionalize again, where they medicate the crap out of you and you go back to zombie land forever.
My name is Harley Pasternak. I am an author of fitness and diet books.
Harley Pasternak has been working with every celebrity, from Ariana Grande to Jessica Simpson, from Mac Miller to Brittany Murphy. This man is everywhere, and there are major red flags. Like, why is an ex-government defense agent working as a nutritionist for the biggest celebrities? It really appears that Harley is a handler, and that's why celebrities like Kanye West has exposed him. For example, Kanye shared text messages showing Harley threatening him to drug him up like a zombie, send him away to a hospital, and keep him away from his kids. In my opinion, there's something sketchy about Harley Pasternak, so let's get into it. If you aren't subscribed to the Let's Get Into It podcast, then you're only getting half the tea. For longer videos, deep dives, and of course, more of me, subscribe to the Let's Get Into It podcast listed in the description below. We're going to be getting into one of my most highly requested video topics yet, and it involves Kanye West and a celebrity handler. We talk about celebrity handlers on my channel in previous videos, and essentially it's someone who is hired to manage and to control a celebrity. Sometimes that means silencing them, that means taking away their money, even putting them in a conservatorship or locking them away against their will. So let me introduce you guys to Harley Pasternak. So this article reads that celebrity trainer and nutritionist Harley holds a Master of Science in Exercise Physiology and Nutritional Sciences. He's also worked in the past as an exercise and nutrition scientist for Canada's Department of National Defense.
My name is Harley Pasternak. I am an author of fitness and diet books. The clients that we work with are some of the most publicized people in the entire world. Everyone from Halle Berry and Lady Gaga to Kanye West and Alicia Keys.
Whenever I see these people who have built a career off of working for celebrities, I start to see some red flags. As a fitness and nutrition specialist, Harley boasts the largest celebrity client roster in the industry. I mean, he's worked with people like Ariana Grande, Charlie Puth, we've got Lady Gaga, Rihanna, Halle Berry, Katy Perry, Pusha T, Megan Fox. He pretty much has worked with every celebrity, and that's kind of interesting to me. I mean, why is he the one to go to when it comes to nutrition? And it's not like any of these celebrities are necessarily doing that well. Harley actually starred on the Revenge Body show with Khloe Kardashian on E! And he also is a regular contributor on Good Morning America on ABC. He's featured as a judge on Top Model, and he's hosted a show titled The Revolution. Now, I'm a little bit scared making this video because I want to reiterate how interconnected this guy is. And everything I'm going to be talking about today is, alleged. We're going to talk about what we found on the internet and just the stories about him. I mean, everyone's got a story. So let's talk about Harley's. And I mean, if you look at his roster, it's hard, to doubt that there isn't any stories about this man, especially working with such powerful people and getting intertwined with their wellness, their fitness, their nutrition, maybe becoming a full-time handler. Halle Berry said, Harley's intelligent and innovative approach to health and fitness inspired me to get excited about working out again. Jessica Simpson has said, between recording music, filming movies, and designing my fashion line, I'm a busy woman. That's why I love Harley's plan. I get the most results in the least amount of time. So you guys are like, wait, okay, hold up, Sloan. Why are we talking about a fitness, nutrition, trainer guy who's doing his job well that all of the celebrities are hiring and raving about? Well, it's because his position and his role as a nutritionist has crossed a line. In particular, Kanye West and Harley have a very rocky history stemming back to 2016 when the trainer called the police and the paramedics on Kanye after he allegedly started behaving erratically during a workout. Ooh, interesting workout. Kanye was later hospitalized for the temporary psychosis he was supposedly experiencing. Now, you guys may remember this story going down because Kanye exposed Harley. The incident was brought back up in 2022 after Kanye leaked leaked alleged texts from Harley threatening to get Kanye institutionalized again. And honestly, it's scary what these celebrities have to go through. I mean, I can acknowledge that Kanye West is rather problematic, even though I do really like his sweatpants. They're great. Anyways, being hospitalized and handcuffed in an ambulance is probably not what he was expecting from his day. Now, again, this happened in 2016, and reports claim that Harley said that Kanye was acting erratically. He didn't necessarily outline how Kanye was acting erratically, but said that he did and that he needed to be locked up. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I don't think, maybe my therapist, but I don't think my personal trainer has the authority to tell me during my mid-workout that I need to be locked up and has that kind of control. I mean, that's weird. Now, remember, Kanye was at an interesting point in his life. I mean, he just recently went on a rant about Jay-Z and Beyonce at one of his concerts, and this led to him canceling his tour. So maybe Harley was called in to work on Kanye's mental health, but clearly he wasn't equipped to handle it.
Facebook lied to you. Radio lied to you. Radio you. JC called me. Hey, bro, JC, I know you got killers. Please don't send them out my head.
Now, going back to this incident with Harley. So the police called the ambulance and they arrived. Kanye was a lot calmer when the police and the authorities had arrived, but still resisted going to the hospital, probably because he didn't feel like he was acting erratically and didn't want to be locked away. Reports say that we're told everyone, his management and law enforcement, convinced him it was best that he go. Law enforcement sources tell us that Kanye was handcuffed to a gurney during transportation to the hospital, which I guess was standard protocol, but I don't want to be handcuffed. Here's the phone call that was made that led to Kanye being locked up in an ambulance and held against his will.
Yeah, I'm actually one of his doctors. I'm just calling for my cell phone. Request if we can have some police backup because I don't think the paramedics,
Are you there now with them?
If you can bring both, yeah, because I think he definitely is going to need to be hospitalized. So I wouldn't just do the police by itself. I think he needs to.
Okay, what is the medical condition he's having, sir? Weapons involved or in the area?
No other weapons, no.
And you're his doctor or therapist?
Yeah, correct, doctor.
Now, I want to point out that I'm pretty sure that's Harley on the phone, and he's claiming to be one of Kanye's doctors, which would put him in a place of authority, which is scary because we're supposed to trust doctors, but we've seen a lot of doctors take advantage of their, status in society because we inherently believe that doctors want to do good, but that's not always the case. Sources connected to Kanye told TMZ that he was getting checked out by one of his doctors for severe sleep deprivation when he was at Harley's place. But then someone decided to call the police. I mean, who's that someone? Harley. It sounded like Harley on the phone. Now, Kanye West has been diagnosed with bipolar disorder, but claimed in years since that he was mentally misdiagnosed and that Harley was allegedly to blame, later leaking text messages that Harley had sent to him, which are really aggressive and concerning. I mean, probably the main reason I'm making this video.
They tried to medicate me. I was exhausted. They wrongly diagnosed me. And they when I asked them how much lithium did you want to put me on exactly, it took them 4 days to answer because they were embarrassed about the amount.
Now, you guys know lithium is hard on the body, and we've seen Britney Spears go through it. I would not wish that on anyone. I mean, lithium can help some people, but if it's administered properly, and if he's not even aware of the diagnosis, that doesn't sound right. Kanye also used Twitter to expose the truth about the bad business practices, as he writes, including his children being taken away from him. Everyone has bore witness to the public immense telling of Ye. Ooh, that's intense, but God has put something on my heart not to back down. He writes this cryptic text message alongside with a picture of Harley, like a Google screenshot. But then things got a lot crazier when Kanye posted a screenshot of a text message from Harley where he is threatening to send him to the hospital and to take away Kanye's kids from him, which I feel like as a parent, I would go crazy if someone had the control to take my kids away from me and to have that ability. And of course, he's probably paranoid and acting out because he doesn't deserve to have someone else have that control over his basic rights. Kanye wrote, "What should be obvious by now is that I was raised to stand for my truth regardless of the consequences. So I'll say this again, I was mentally misdiagnosed and nearly drugged out of my mind to make me a manageable, well-behaved celebrity. And here is the text message from Harley. I'm going to read it verbatim. Harley writes to Kanye, I'm going to help you one of a couple of ways. First, you and I sit down and have a loving and open conversation, but you don't use cuss words, and everything that is discussed is based in fact, not some crazy stuff that your dumb friend of yours told you or you saw in a tweet. Second option, I have you institutionalized again, where they medicate the crap out of you and you go back to zombie land forever. Playdate with the kids just won't be the same, which is such a nasty. Like, if someone is mentally well, why threaten them with overtly drugging him? And also, why is this man able to decide what the doctors at a facility would deem, the type of care that Kanye should get? I mean, why would Harley decide if he gets a bunch of lithium?
This is how he was rendered. This is a trainer, but come to find out, he was actually Canadian intelligence, but this is my trainer. So this shows you the kind of handlers that are around the superstars in California, right? So it says, I'm going to help you one of a couple ways. First, you and I sit down and have a loving and open conversation, but you don't use cuss words. And everything that is discussed is based in fact, and not some crazy stuff that dumb friend of yours told you or you saw in a tweet. Second option, I have you institutionalized again.
There's absolutely no reason why Kanye West, even despite his mental health issues, should have someone like a nutritionist that worked for the national defense of the Canadian government, sketchy, to make his life decisions. And I think he was he with Kim at this point back in 2016? I'm pretty sure. So even I don't know why she's not involved, why the family's not stepping in, and why Harley has so much authority over so many celebrities. It scares me to think of the control he has over other people, and who's he working for?
Harley Pasternak is a former Department of Defense special agent in the Canadian government. Number one, he's a nutritional scientist for the Department of Defense in the Canadian government. So he knows chemistry, how foods operate, but he knows certain drug techniques to use on human beings. You were the one that's sent into the psych ward in the first place. Now everybody can't say he's crazy. No, he is being handled by an agent who was sent to be right next to him to make sure that he doesn't get out of line. But Harley Pasternak also had other clients like Halle Berry, Jennifer Hudson, multiple clients. You need to look at this individual, and that is not somebody who should be around you.
So again, red flag after red flag, and it makes me question, kind of the same way we talk about Corey Gamble. How did this person get in this position? Well, after this got exposed, many started digging for info on Harley and found out that he is a Canadian intelligence agent and he experimented on many illegal drugs. Now, it's not exactly clear what Harley was trying to accomplish in the health space, because he went from working with the government to working with celebrities and in Hollywood, but clearly he's been trying to make a way for himself, and by latching on to these celebrities and making them depend on him, he's finding success.
Really, the University of Toronto offered me a special experience by having me do research for the Department of National Defense. And we examined the effects of nutritional supplements, drugs, foods on soldiers' muscular strength and muscular endurance.
Now, what he's saying in this promo clip, it seems pretty standard. A lot of people take supplements. People even take steroids to achieve certain body, goals. But when we talk to him even further, we understand a little bit more about his government work and how that differs from what's happening in a normal gym. We all take supplements. There's some people who take steroids. That's pretty normal on face value. But I think Harley has a different sense of intelligence when it comes to certain nutritional things, drugs, maybe control. It seems like he was hired by the government of Canada to figure out how to control soldiers or to maximize their benefit. So now if he's here in place taking care of celebrities, what is his intention? To make them, the most fit that he can? Because that's not the case. Not when we see people like Ariana Grande, who's, I would say, obviously fit. I don't know if she's healthy. But even his other clients aren't necessarily the most healthy people. So where is his skills being at play? Is it really just a workout, or is it something a lot deeper?
And the area that I was interested in was how drugs and food affect muscular performance.
When you say drugs, are that performance enhancing drugs, or are they
all kinds of drugs?
Oh, right, okay.
So working for the military, I wasn't governed by the same laws that the typical person was, so I could look at the impact of certain drugs that are not everyday things. So we looked at a drug called modafinil, which was for narcoleptics. So if you give a soldier this drug, how long could they stay awake for without having any health detriment?
So that guy just gave us an example of how he has tried to experiment with drugs to push someone past their limits. We see some of these celebrities who get broken down, who are just so drained. I mean, Britney Spears, she had these horrible like bruises on her feet from her shoes, and she was so exhausted. So maybe Harley is perfecting the perfect chemistry to keep a celebrity working hard and making money and pushing their body past its limits.
And I refuse to take this, right? You understand that if I had taken the medication, I would not be here, and it would have been, he was deeply troubled. We miss him. We love his music, though.
Well, they would have Britney Spears you. I mean, look at
they would have Michael Jackson
or worse, yeah.
Now, after all this information was discovered about Harley, fans quickly made connections between the mysterious deaths of Mac Miller and Brittany Murphy and how Harley was at play here. Keep in mind that Brittany Murphy died in her home at the age of 32, and it was a sudden death that still doesn't make sense. We've talked about it before on my channel. The coroner ruled her death an accident, and the police closed the case. Supposedly, the young star collapsed in the bathroom of her Hollywood Hills home on December 20th, 2009, the same home that Britney Spears owned, but then she said it was cursed. Allegedly, Britney had been battling flu-like symptoms for days. She cried, "Mommy, I can't catch my breath, help me," before passing out in the arms of her mother, Sharon, which, oh my gosh, it kind of sounds like she was poisoned. I mean, is that the narrative? Supposedly, Britney died of a result of pneumonia combined with anemia and multiple drug intoxication from prescription and over-the-counter medication. Who's prescribing her all that?
HBO actually did a documentary called What Happened to Brittany Murphy. It was on the last days of Brittany Murphy and exploring some theories about her death. Harley Pasternak was featured in this documentary. Simon Monjack was Brittany Murphy's husband, and he actually did not pay her fitness instructor bill, and her fitness instructor was Harley Pasternak.
Now, I don't know if Harley was trying to come after these people for not paying their bill, but it is weird to see his name in association with someone who had such a sudden death and who could have allegedly done him wrong, or at least her husband had done him wrong.
In 2020, I interviewed Brittany's mother-in-law, Simon Monjack's mother, Linda Monjack, and she told me that Simon, Brittany, and Sharon Murphy, Brittany's mom, were all terrified of someone or something.
Well, I think that they were all terrified of something. All three of them were terrified of something.
Who's all three of them?
Brittany, Simon, and Sharon.
Okay, could they be terrified of celebrity trainer Harley Pasternak? Allegedly, Simon Monjack owed Harley Pasternak a lot of money.
Now, I'm not saying that Harley was able to conjure up some spirits and take out Simon, take out Brittany, and just like end, these people over some unpaid bills. But I also wouldn't be surprised that if he did owe him a lot of money, Harley doesn't seem like the type who's going to just take it easy. He probably is going to seek revenge. And again, this is all alleged. This is like a conspiracy theory at this point. But shoot, can you imagine if he was the one who took out Brittany Murphy? Because that would be, just devastating and so scary to think about. Remember, Brittany Murphy and her husband Simon both died of similar causes. And I don't know anything about the medical field. I'm not a crime solver over here, but I listen to a lot of Crime Junkie. Crime Junkie is my favorite podcast, and I have to say, it kind of sounds like they were poisoned. So if anyone would know how to poison someone, it would be maybe a former agent of the National Defense in Canada who also experimented on drugs with the body. And I also wonder, during these experiments, when he would use these drugs on these soldiers, like, did anyone die? Did anyone get hurt? Is that classified information? Like, do we have access to that info? I'd like to look at his experiments and know what happened to these people who survived, or maybe even possibly didn't survive. Harley was also very intertwined into Mac Miller's life. Keep in mind, he also works with Ariana Grande, and it really seems like everyone. But, Mac Miller was found dead in his home in San Fernando Valley. We all know Mac Miller struggled with drugs, and if you guys want some coverage of Mac Miller, leave a comment below. I like to honor him, and he does have a sad story that I think a lot of people can learn from, especially in the entertainment industry. But yeah, if you want that video, comment below, because literally the day that Mac Miller's body was found, he was supposed to have a personal training session with Harley. Harley said, "I was mid-session with someone else expecting Mac Miller to show up about 45 minutes later. One of the ladies who was working with me walked in and kind of had a blank look on her face and held up her phone, and there was this news about Mac Miller's death." Now, I'm not saying that Harley had anything to do with Mac Miller. I think Mac Miller had his own demons, but it is interesting that Ariana Grande introduced Harley to Mac Miller a year and a half before he had passed away. Another celebrity who's left us too soon is Aaron Carter, and there are also rumors that Harley was possibly around Aaron Carter, days before he had passed away. And the reason why we say this is because Aaron had actually tweeted Kanye saying, "Yo, Kanye, let's talk man to man." Again, this is like pretty much right before Aaron Carter had passed away. So what did he want to talk to Kanye West about? Maybe he felt like Kanye West was the only person who could relate to Harley trying to take him down. But I want to hear what you guys think of this video in the comments below. I really enjoyed making it, and my hair's so curly looking today. My lips are definitely dry. Let's go ahead and use some gloss, but I want to open this Peel Box package item. It looks like it is from Operations. Operations? What does that mean? Okay, let's go ahead and see. Okay, it looks like it says Oak and Luna, which I'm kind of excited about, but again, I am so dry, so I like the... I wonder if you guys could hear that. I accidentally tapped some things. I'm so sensitive to noise. I'm not an ASMR person. I don't want to hear all the little noises. When I hear a little noise, I'm like, oh, what was that? But this is from Oak and Luna, and it looks like it's a brand. Ooh, what is in here? Okay. So we've got a card. I'm gonna go ahead and open this. Okay, Oak and Luna, be part of our community. Share your favorite Oak and Luna looks. Okay. We've got a bag. I don't see a note though, but it looks like it's a piece of jewelry. And oh my gosh, I am so excited. It says my name. Wait, there's literally no note. Thank you, Oak and Luna. Cute. Well, here's the brand, and here's the necklace. Look, it says Sloan in cursive. Oh my gosh, that is so cute. I love that. I'm going to put it on right now. Thank you, Oak and Luna, for this necklace. It is so cute. I'm so excited to wear it. And I don't have anything like this. And I love that it says my name. It's so special. So here, I don't know if you guys can see it. See? Perfect. I love it. Thank you so much. I'll link their brand below, and I'll see you in a new video soon. Bye, guys.